So if I try with one in the chamber already, welcome back to GBGuns, and what you just saw was one of my first attempts at deploying the full conceal. So we already know that it provides 21+1 rounds in a more easy to conceal footprint than, say, the M&P shield here. Not that the shield is a bad example, but many people have the shield. So you can see, obviously, the full conceal is slightly longer, but doesn't have the same footprint, so it ends up being thinner in your pocket because you're not using a holster. Lets you carry more places because you can shove it in a pocket as you would your cell phone or wallet. And of course, 21+1 rounds is awesome. So how does it run? That's what I wanted to see. So I headed out with some hollow points and tried drawing this thing from my pocket, as well as just general shootability. I'll roll in that footage and let you see and decide for yourself. Out with the full conceal, and I wanted to see how it picks up from the different magazines. There are lots of GLOCK magazines out there. The gun comes with the PMAG 21 rounder, which tucks in nicely. I also have a torque mag, a GLOCK factory mag with the finger rest, an ETS mag, another GLOCK factory mag, we don't need that, a Pro mag, a Yageman mag, GLOCK factory with an aftermarket extension, GLOCK factory fun stick, new Korean fun stick, and an SGM tactical fun stick. They're each loaded with 3 rounds, and I'm going to take the gun from its concealed position like that, fold it, and run it, and see how it picks up if the geometry from these different magazines is all compatible with how the geometry may have changed with this modification. Starting off with the PMAG that comes with the gun. Fold, rack. Ran just fine and lock back. An ETS short magazine, and you can tell this is a Glock 19 magazine, that we're missing out on some great opportunity for more ammo here. But let's just see how the magazine runs. Yageman, also too short here, but once again we're looking to see how it cycles. Just fine. Drops free. GLOCK factory with the +2. Runs. Drops. Pro mag. Drops. Torque mag. Does not drop. With an aftermarket extension. SGM tactical fun stick. Now you notice it is a little bit longer than the Glock 19's slide, so you are going to have to pull back some before it's deployable. There we go. One malfunction. Korean fun stick. Runs just fine. Drops. GLOCK factory fun stick. Runs. The what's for dinner test is a little bit shorter, more of an appetizer if you will, because this is a purely defensive gun and it's a Glock. We know it's going to run most rounds, but what I want to see is picking up from that fold the different profile bullets. So we've got some 150 grain, 124 grain, 115 grain, and 100 grain, all hollow point defensive rounds, because that's what you would likely have in the full conceal. Starting off with the Federal 150 grain HST. No trouble. The Federal 124 grain HST. No trouble. Spear Gold Dot 115 grain hollow point. Hornady's Critical Defense Light 100 grain. Runs. So just in try and practical application of this, I do have my normal carry gun on my hip, a little single stack 9, which of course very easy to conceal. I also have the full conceal in my pocket here. Now these shorts have pretty spacious pockets. I didn't choose them specifically. In fact, on the drive to the range I was a little concerned that maybe I grabbed the wrong shorts for this.
But I wanted to try drawing and see how practical it is. Now I don't have a round in the chamber. The gun is collapsed in my left pocket. So the presentation and application would be like that. So that went pretty well without a round in the chamber. The full conceal is, however, completely safe and impossible to fire while it's collapsed, so there really isn't a reason to not carry one in the chamber. So if I try with one in the chamber already, it's pretty quick. So that was the first time I had ever grabbed this from my pocket with a round in the chamber and tried. Gotta say, I personally think it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Sure, you have to fold, but the folding step is no different from the clearing your garment step. It's just a different kind of step. So I want to try it one more time and see how it works.
So as you saw in my field testing, the full conceal is actually quite practical. It's given us 21 plus 1 rounds of capacity in roughly the same size as your standard 8 round 9mm, with more control, easier to hold on to, more storage options because you don't have to have a holster when you shove it in your pocket. In fact, even those little pocket 380s still need it inside the pocket holster, which makes it thicker, as well as it's physically impossible for the thing to fire while it's collapsed, and it gives you a 4-inch barrel shooting 9mm. That's the energy and that's the velocity that most of those defensive rounds are designed for, is out of a 4-inch barrel. So I gotta say, I'm really impressed. Now the price, which was one thing that was hard to swallow looking at it first. I'm sure there's a lot of engineering and a lot of manufacturing that goes on here. But one thing that I didn't take into account is the warranty that Full Conceal has. Complete, full warranty, same as Glock's. And by modifying the Glock frame, of course, Full Conceal has to take over that, or has chosen to take over the Glock standard warranty. If you were to have one of these and have an issue with it and mail it back to Glock, Glock would probably have a heart attack. They'd say, whoa, what is that? That's innovative. We don't do that here. We're Glock. Full Conceal has your back and they will fix it. Took this on a hike over the weekend and found that folded up, it fit very nicely into my camelback, into a standard pocket with a little bungee on it that was designed for probably a cell phone or something like that. It did not print like a gun would and was much easier to carry that way. Now you're probably wondering, oh, backpack gun's not as quick as drawn out of the waistband. That's true, but when I hike, I sweat and it gets really uncomfortable to have a gun in a holster on my hip, especially with a backpack. So this was a great option, and this is the most amount of ammunition I've had with me on a hike, and it was easily doable because of the Full Conceal. You might have noticed that it springs open a little bit here. I've heard that they have in development a clip that's going to mount here to keep everything together. Another option too, as you could see in the shooting impressions videos with the 33 round magazine, that longer stick kind of holds it in place better. But overall, very impressed with the Full Conceal. This is a very cool concept, and I'm very excited to see it make it from concept to actual production. This is a production gun. This is just like what you would buy. Didn't pull back far enough for the reset there. So tell me your thoughts below. I'd like to hear if any minds have changed or what your concerns might be. There are people out there who are going to hate just because it's different. You're welcome to do that, but I want to hear why. Give me a legitimate reason. Thanks for watching.